life in layouts, and today I have a sketch video using this one-page sketch, and I'm going to turn it into a two-page layout. I am using these photos of my friend when her and her daughter had a spa day at the house. So they did each other's nails and they did facials, and she curled her daughter's hair, and so just, you know, one of those beautifying days at home. And this sketch is actually from the scrap room from the National Scrapbook Day back in May of 2019. And I think that this has been sitting in my stash of videos because it turns out to be not my favorite layout. It's a really cute layout. It's just, you know, we have ones that are just not our favorites. And this one falls into the category. I think it's because the yellows, I think it's the paper, and I'm not a real big fan of this paper, and I was trying to get it used up, so it is what it is. I did take these cut apart cards and use two of them with my circle punch to cut out two circles that mimic the two that are in the sketch. So one at the top there with all of those hearts coming down, and the card itself, when you cut it out, it was actually an oval, but the way that I cut it and tucked it in, you can't even tell that. It just looks like there's a little decorative edge on the right side of it. And then that green circle with the love you on it, it has just a bunch of green hearts and then the pink love you. I also used the yellow paper there and my border punch to create the border on the far right hand side of that one page layout. And I'm going to pull out my Martha Stewart circle template. I go back and forth between this one and my Creative Memories circle cutters. This one is a little bit larger than my Creative Memories one, but not by much. And I really do wish that I would have gotten a even larger circle, but it works out as it is. So I'm going to use Festive Berries to distress the edges of my papers. And once I get them all distressed, I'm going to go ahead and lay them down. I just put one strip of adhesive on this stripe pattern paper because I know that I need to tuck things into it, and so I go back later to add additional adhesive to that piece after I get everything tucked in. I do go ahead and tuck the photos underneath that border strip as well. And I do like that aspect of it, of having those three photos. They're not exactly straight, they're just a little bit off. And I think that that's mimics the photos themselves. It's just a fun day. It's, you know, nothing too adventurous or, you know, doesn't need a whole lot of journaling on it. It's just a fun mom and daughter day. So this is where I start to work on the right hand side of the layout, and I use that same paper that I cut the border strip in and just expanded it to the right side of the layout. So you'll notice there that once I get this down and put it back, it looks like a continuous piece of paper. I'm trying to figure out what additional things I'm going to add, and what I decided to do is use this paper that I cut the circle out of, and line it up so that it's on the top and bottom of this green heart paper. So it looks like a continuous piece. And I do decide to cut that green paper down by 6 inches. So it just covers the very far right hand side of the layout. I really wanted to use that border strip there that says "Enjoy Life." This isn't a dress rehearsal. I even cut it out with my banner punch, and I move it around a lot. Unfortunately, it doesn't make the final layout. I couldn't make it work. I also cut out this border strip from the border paper, and it's actually two pieces of border strip, but I went ahead and kept them together because I like the way they look together, and they would have been really small if I had cut them apart. Like even less than 1/4 of an inch. So I thought about putting the photos to the edge of the cream color paper or yellow paper, but then I wouldn't have enough room. So I did have to move it over and overlap it. I trimmed it down just a little bit so that it doesn't go edge to edge on the paper, simply because on the left side of the layout I didn't go edge to edge with those photos, so I thought it would look a little funny going edge to edge, and I wanted to showcase that the paper does go a little bit behind the photos, and so you can see that at the top, bottom, and in the middle. So once I get these two blue pieces down, I go ahead and add that green heart paper, and that heart paper is super cute. I think that's probably my favorite piece in this collection. This is a super old collection, I believe, from Basic Gray, and it's just kind of like all over the place, all over just different colors, not my normal color schemes, all kinds of different things in it. So I really did stretch myself with using this particular paper pad. I forgot to put my border strip down, so I just lift up that green heart paper and add that to it. I do go ahead and cut a little bit off. Again, I didn't want to go top to bottom on that. I wanted a little bit of border. So here I am trying to play with that enjoy your life or enjoy life banner, and it just still didn't work. This video is, like I said, I filmed it back in May, so I still had some fun foam back then, so that's why I'm using the fun foam in this picture. This is the only photo that I end up popping up, is the one, like her final, final picture of the day with her hair curled, and she's definitely got a huge smile on her face about spending the day with mom and having a great time. So I decided that the green heart needed to be moved over a little bit, so I just pulled up the border strip and moved it over and then just cut it off. It just was covering up too much of the photo. I liked this card here. It says 100% natural, which I thought was kind of funny because with her white face, her mask on there, her spa mask, I thought that was really cute to go there. So it wasn't a 3x4 card. I went ahead and cut that out into just that shape that's there and adhered it down next to the photo. This is where I pull out the Basic Gray stickers that I believe went with this line, and I spell out just the word spa day in these, I don't know what color you would call them. It has a pink overtone to it, but it's like a grayish color. It's really pretty. And then I pull out my embellishment book and start to use some of these additional embellishments. This little bow here is from Echo Park, I believe the Easter collection. It's a little yellow bow and it has white daisies on it. And so I went ahead and took the paper clip off because I knew I didn't want to use that. I pulled out this little tab here and I went ahead and adhered it together and then on top of the photo. This little piece here is a white, like acrylic piece, and it says Sweetheart on it. And then I'm just adding some black and white enamel hearts over there on the left hand side. Up there at the top I do add a black heart, but then it comes off and it goes over on the tag that I just put down. And I'm sorry, that's a gold heart, not a black heart. The little word phrase sticker that I'm adding right there to the photo, it says the most beautiful thing I saw today, which I thought that was perfect for her in her little final photo there. I added the bow right on top of it. And then I also added a gold bow clear sticker to the left hand side to kind of bring both of those together. I'm gonna add some enamel dots in a pink, yellow, and like a tangerine color to two of my sections, so over there on the far left and then right above that tab on the right hand side. I also added the word perfect in that gold foil right above the word sweetheart, so it says perfect sweetheart. And I decided to add one more enamel dot on top of my bow. I thought about adding this piece here, but it actually ends up not making it to the layout. But I do add this little heart phrase shape here, and I put it right behind the sweetheart. So that is my final layout. Here are some close-ups. If you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layouts, make sure you hit that subscribe button because that's all you're going to get on my channel. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.